Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your home for real South African politics, raw analysis, and the kind of drama even Netflix couldn't script. If you thought political infighting only happened in Parliament, think again. Today we're diving deep into a high-stakes, high-profile clash in the very heart of South Africa's policing leadership. And let's just say, things are getting constitutional. Remember to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Whose side are you on in this showdown? Let's get into it. So here's the latest scandal making waves. Suspended Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, has taken Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the top cop in KwaZulu-Natal, to the Constitutional Court. Yep, you heard that right. The country's police are no longer just chasing criminals, they're chasing each other to court. Let's break this down. Mchunu is basically accusing Mkhwanazi of going rogue. According to documents filed with the Con Court, Mchunu says the KZN police commissioner bypassed internal protocols and made damaging allegations in public, instead of addressing them quietly within the chain of command. In Mchunu's own words, "Before he went public, General Mkhwanazi had ample time to liaise with me and afford me the right to respond to any concerns that he may have had." Translation: Bruh, you could have called me. Now, if this sounds like a petty squabble, don't be fooled. This is about much more than bruised egos. Mchunu isn't just dragging Mkhwanazi to court because he feels embarrassed, he's framing the whole thing as a matter of constitutional principle. His argument? There are systems in place. You don't just go to the media and blow the whistle before trying to resolve things properly inside the department. If every senior official did that, the entire government would operate like an episode of Real Housewives of Pretoria. But here's the twist: Mkhwanazi is no lightweight. He's known for his directness and his tough stance on corruption, especially in a province where trust in police leadership has historically been shaky. So when he went public with concerns, allegedly bypassing channels, some saw it not as grandstanding, but as a brave move toward transparency. And that's where this whole thing becomes less about individual personalities, and more about a fundamental governance dilemma. On one side, you've got Mchunu, arguing that without procedure and protocol, the state collapses into chaos. That public officials, especially in law enforcement, must follow the rules even when whistleblowing. He's warning that these kinds of public exposés erode public trust, and paint the police as a divided, dysfunctional force, which, let's be honest, isn't a great look for a country already battling violent crime, corruption, and a deeply fragile justice system. On the other side, you've got supporters of Mkhwanazi who say, wait a minute. We've tried the internal channels. What happens when the protocols are just bureaucratic traps to suppress accountability? For them, sunlight is the best disinfectant. Sometimes, going public is the only way to shake the system into action, especially when you suspect the rot might be protected from within. So what's really going on here? Let's zoom out. This isn't just about one minister and one commissioner. This is about how South African institutions handle internal criticism, especially at a time when so many are under public suspicion. When the people meant to protect and serve are busy filing court papers against each other, the rest of us are left wondering, who's watching the watchers? It's also worth remembering that Mchunu is currently suspended. So some analysts are questioning the timing. Why now? Why bring the matter to the Constitutional Court while facing his own challenges inside the ministry? Is this a legal play to regain moral high ground, or a strategic move to silence a vocal critic? There's also the uncomfortable truth that this entire saga reflects deeper instability within South Africa's security apparatus. We've seen similar cracks before, in crime intelligence, in state security, even in the SAPS itself. The ANC government has struggled for years to build a reliable, disciplined, and corruption-free police service. But when senior leaders turn on each other publicly, it creates an institutional crisis, one that affects the everyday South African more than any press statement ever will. Imagine being a junior police officer in KwaMashu right now. Who do you follow? Who do you trust? And how does any of this help you fight gang violence, drug trafficking, or hijackings? But the stakes aren't just symbolic. This matter is now before the Constitutional Court, the highest authority on the law. That means it's no longer just a he said, it's a potential precedent. If the court rules in favor of Mchunu, it could reinforce the importance of internal disciplinary systems and affirm the sanctity of procedure. If it rules in favor of Mkhwanazi, it might empower more whistleblowers across government to go public without fear of retaliation, and that could transform how the state manages internal accountability. Either way, this is not a quiet internal matter anymore. It's political. It's legal. It's public. And it could shape how future crises in government are handled. Here's the big takeaway: South Africa needs clear, enforceable, and fair rules of engagement for its leadership, especially in law enforcement. If the people charged with upholding the law don't trust one another, and worse, don't follow their own rules, then what hope do ordinary citizens have? So where do you stand? Was Mkhwanazi justified in going public? Or should he have played by the rules and waited for internal processes, even if they were slow? Do you think Mchunu's Concord application is genuine, or a political distraction? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts on this growing rift inside one of the country's most powerful institutions. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive into South African politics. Until then, stay sharp, stay informed, and as always, see you next time.